Have you ever stared at your phone wondering why they haven't replied yet? Or felt that all-consuming panic? There's a reason it feels so intense. In this video, I'm going to explain why delayed texts trigger you so deeply when you're anxiously attached. Hi, I'm Jess. I've helped over 5,000 people find love, and I coach people one-on-one to heal their attachment style so they can feel secure and stop sabotaging relationships. If you're ready for that transformation, sign up via the link in the description box. So, why can a delayed text cause such an intense response when you're anxiously attached? It's because the uncertainty sparks deeper fears. Maybe it's a fear of being abandoned, of being too much, of not being good enough. Usually people who are anxiously attached grew up with love that was inconsistent. Maybe a parent or a caregiver was present 1 minute and then distant or unavailable the next minute. And when you're a child, that's terrifying. As a child, you do depend on others for survival. So if the person keeping you safe unexpectedly pulled away or wasn't there for you, you become hyper attuned to every tiny shift in their mood, behavior, tone, because your survival depended on catching these early signs of withdrawal. So your brain and nervous system wire themselves to stay on high alert, constantly scanning for clues to maintain connection. And then you carry this with you into adulthood because most of our core patterns are formed in those early years, and experiences as an adult can impact our patterns too. So you move through adult relationships with that same hyper-awareness, reading between the lines, bracing for distance before it ever happens. People who are anxiously attached, and other insecure attachment styles too, to some extent, are very sensitive to uncertainty. So even small shifts in tone or timing can feel huge, triggering that old wiring that says this connection might disappear. People who are anxiously attached tend to be very good at pattern recognition because they have a lot of practice in that. And look, they're not always wrong. It's important to note that. Sometimes slower replies really are a sign that someone's pulling away, but there are often a lot of nervous system false alarms for anxiously attached people, and the panic, pain, and anxiety that come from those moments tend to be much, much greater for someone with an anxious attachment style than for someone who is, say, secure. So it's a double whammy. Anxiously attached people are triggered more often with false alarms, and when they're triggered, it's often really, really intense. And a quick heads up, if you're anxiously attached, this is for you. If you've ever felt like you're giving it your all in love, but somehow you keep sabotaging your relationships without meaning to, I've got something that can help. I've put together a guide that breaks down the 3 biggest mistakes anxiously attached people make that push love away. And I've also put together a section on how to break those cycles, so you can finally build that secure relationship you've always wanted. I'm giving it away for free for a limited time. And honestly, if you're anxiously attached, you can't afford to miss this, because these are the exact patterns I've seen destroy relationships over and over again firsthand. And I also share the steps to turn it around. I've helped over 5,000 people find love through So Synced. My work has been featured in Forbes, Cosmopolitan, the New York Times, and many more. The link is in the description box, so grab your copy while it's still available. So yes, for people who are anxiously attached, their nervous system is wired to treat uncertainty as danger. So for someone with this attachment style, a delayed reply doesn't just feel inconvenient or a bit off. It feels like the ground is slipping out from underneath them. Their brain links inconsistency with losing love and safety, so the threat feels immediate and overwhelming. Someone who is secure, say, doesn't carry the same history in their wiring, so the same situation doesn't set off alarm bells, and it doesn't feel completely destabilizing. And this is because essentially it's not triggering a survival response like for someone who is anxiously attached. It's exhausting, but if you're in this position, you shouldn't be hard on yourself, because your brain is just trying to protect you the way it once did, the way it learned to protect you likely many years ago. But things change. The world you live in now isn't the same. You're an adult now, I think, and your safety no longer depends on tiny shifts in behavior. So what once kept you safe can start holding you back, and it can be really hard to deal with on a daily basis. But the good news is, I want everyone to know this, these patterns that no longer serve you can be rewritten. And with the right support, you can feel steady within yourself and build secure relationships. One thing that is always important to remember is that no one is born anxiously attached. or with an avoidant attachment style. These are patterns we learn based on the environment we grew up in and experiences we have as adults. And what has been learned can be unlearned. With awareness, support, and consistent practice, you can teach your nervous system a new way of relating, one that feels calm, steady, and secure. And I work with people one-on-one to do exactly that. I think it's the best thing anyone can do for their relationships, happiness, and inner peace. If you're ready for that transformation, sign up via the link in the description box. Thanks for watching.